Hi, this is John with Computer Pro. As you can see, it's a kind of a casual Sunday. I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt, but I am working on a computer today, and I wanted to talk to you guys about one of my pet peeves. And this has more to do with models and brands than anything else. When I have customers who ask me what to go out and buy, other than the type of processors, memory, things like that, we talk about brands. And the brands I normally recommend to people in a fairly specific type of order is, I tell people Dell or HP first are the best two brands. And I give a slight edge to Dell. I think their technical support pages are better, and also HP has had a lot of issues the last year. They've had a lot of financial issues, and they have talked about spinning off their consumer products division, kind of like HP did with Lenovo. So I think that's a minus against them also. But I would take them first and second, with them very close to being tied. And then after that, maybe Toshiba and Sony are good brands. Samsung is pretty good. But there are a few brands you really need to steer away from. And they all have the same basic generic flaw. Their websites and technical support are horrible. At the very, very bottom of my list is Gateway. Gateway recently was bought out, I'm not sure by Acer or Asus, and it might have been Acer because that's the computer I'm working on today that I'm having issues with. And when you used to want to go to their website, when XP was the predominant operating system on the market, you would have issues finding drivers, because Gateway, before they were sold out, they were farming out their driver software page to Micron, which I believe has gone out of business, and you couldn't find drivers. And if you contacted Gateway, they would want you to pay them $30 basically to help you, and that's just not right. Now, people have to look at it from the point of view is, it's not, a lot of these brands are okay to use, but the problem is, once they're out of warranty and once you have to call somebody like me to come and fix it, if I start having huge issues finding drivers, finding technical specs, finding manuals, then it costs you more time and money. So you're better off spending a few extra bucks, instead of buying that $300 desktop. You spend $500 or $600 on a desktop, and in the end, it won't cost you as much, simply because if you have to have it repaired, it's not going to be as difficult to repair. Now, here's my instance for today. I've got this Acer Mini Tower. It says it's an AX3910-U something. I go to the Acer website to try and find it. It's not really listed. Finally, after muddling around and looking, you realize that this is an X3 series. So when you look at it, you don't go AX3910, you have to go X3910. So now I find the website. Now, I'm not looking for drivers. I'm trying to pull the hard drive out to take a look at it and see if there's something wrong with it. It's acting strange. And being a mini tower, it's not like a mid-sized tower or a full-size tower. Screw it, they're pretty easy to get out. The hard drive is hidden underneath the DVD-ROM drive, so you've got to pull the DVD-ROM first and then pull the hard drive. And sometimes you've got to find the little tricks, the little latches to do that. And I'm having an issue finding those. Well, I go to I finally get to the technical support page or the driver download page, and it shows, okay, you go to it does have user manuals. Well, it's a generic user manual. It doesn't give you really any information. And then it tells you something, well, if you're going to upgrade, you need to use, certified Acer parts, which is BS, but it doesn't tell you how to do the upgrades. You go back to the technical manuals, and you have to click through a couple layers, and it takes you to a page that's completely blank, except saying that these things are formatted in Adobe Reader, so you need to have it to read PDFs. But there's no PDFs there to read. So now I'm sitting here stuck trying to figure out how to take this Acer X3910 apart, and can't find a technical manual anywhere to show me how to do it. Now, I may not be the smartest pencil, or person around, and I'm definitely not the sharpest pencil in the box all the time, but I'm pretty good with computers. I've made a living doing this for 20 years. And to not be able to find these things and probably have to call Acer technical support, who may give me a hard time, want money from me, is ridiculous. This is a waste of time and money and my customers' money. And this will end up costing them probably an extra $100 in the end. And this is why you don't buy inexpensive brands. Acer, Asus, you stay away. In this order, this is being the worst of the worst to the best of the worst. Gateway is the worst of the worst. Acer and Asus are tied for second. You stay away from them. And then probably the least worst of the worst is Compaq. Compaq used to be their own brand, but now they're the cut rate brand for HP. So my suggestions is just stay away from those brands. Spring for the few extra bucks. Buy something that's a little bit more name brand, HP, Dell, Sony, maybe Samsung or Toshiba. Because in the end, it's going to cost you more when something goes wrong with your computer, and something always does go wrong physically. Anyway, have a good day, and thanks for listening.